Welcome back to CryptoWise. That is right, my friends. You are back on CryptoWise. Thanks for joining us. My name is Marvin.
And my name is Milton.
Milty is in the house. Thank you. We've got an amazing show for you today. That's right. We've got an amazing show, so stay tuned. We're talking everything crypto. We've got a number of different projects that we're talking about today. We're also talking about UniSwap version 3. And so we've got a lot on the deck today for you guys, so stay tuned. As always, guys, if you don't already, please do us a huge favor and subscribe to our channel. Smash that like button. Smash it. We've got a lot of people in here right now, Milty. 43 people, 9 likes. How you doing, Vet? Wald, AK. Thank you so much. Gordon, Anthony, Bedroom Billions. I love that name. What a great name, Bedroom Billions. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Our super chats are open. And as I mentioned, subscribe to the channel. Hit us up on some likes. We are rebuilding our Twitter, our TWAPs. Come visit us on Twitter at CryptoWise, guys. That is our new Twitter. So visit us there. We also have our website, which is coming along quite nicely, at CryptoWise.com. So make sure to check us out at CryptoWise.com. A quick look at the market today. Bitcoin, 56,000 and holding tight. Ethereum, over 3,500, and it's actually been doing quite well today, and it's holding strong over 3,500. BNB, $633. Polkadot is starting to pump at $42. Wow, Milty, it's pumping, baby. It's pumping.
I know. We said it last live show. We said Polkadot was the play. It was the one that hadn't pumped yet out of the big boys. And yeah, it's been a good couple of days for DOT, and I expect more in the coming weeks.
Yeah, me too. Filecoin at 154. PancakeSwap, $36. Kusama, $442 and pumping. Something is heating up in the Polkadot world. Wow, Kusama, $442. Kylin is kind of sitting where it's at 67 cents. You guys know we're really into Kylin, very bullish on it. We've had a lot of questions in our Telegram group. By the way, if you guys aren't already in our Telegram group, I highly recommend you join us there at CryptoWise Official. There's over 1,700 people, and it is a very, very active group, I must say. It's a place you want to be. It's 24/7 crypto in our Telegram group, so make sure to join us in Telegram. You don't want to miss that, honestly. Anyways, Milty, what the hell is going on? We've got crazy action in today's market. What's in the news?
Well, I got a news article here. With crypto news, there's always stuff going on, but I try to pick out, the stories that I find the most intriguing, the most compelling, not maybe, the obvious ones, because, there's a lot of obvious crypto ones out there. This one just hit the news wire, as we say. Crypto, there's a casino that is partnering up with Gemini in Las Vegas. So we know that with the pandemic happening, casinos are just opening up now in Vegas again. And this, Resorts World Las Vegas, this company's called. They partnered with Gemini. They're going to bring crypto to their casinos. I think this is huge news.
I love casinos.
I was like, yeah, we both love casinos. If you're in crypto, you probably like a good casino. But I think this is one of those stories where you're like, crypto's not going away. If you can go to a casino in Vegas and use your crypto and cash out in crypto, and then partnering with Gemini. So I love this article. I thought this was the news article of the day for me.
Well, that's getting me excited. I love that. Gemini's massive. The twins are geniuses, and so to see them team up like this with the Las Vegas resort partners, that just gets my juices flowing. So that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, this is one of those news stories, and these are starting to pile up where you're just like, yeah, this cycle's different. Last cycle, 2017, we always talked about crypto's coming mainstream, but it just wasn't ready yet. We didn't have the infrastructure in place, and we didn't have, the on and off ramps, but also the use cases in the real world. And now we got casinos that are coming in. Obviously, the bank's already in, and now the casinos
Yeah,
are in.
things
So
are
yeah, that was
changing.
huge news. But obviously, Marv, obviously the big news,
Yes, sir.
at least in my world, yesterday, version 3 Uniswap was dropped. So we gotta
Wow.
talk about version 3. That's right.
Wow. Yeah, it's about time.
I got to say, I mean, we've talked about this on the live show a few times, I think, but definitely once where just that how much I'm into the DEX projects these days, the decentralized exchanges. I am in so many different ones. I'm pumped about PokeSwap that they just launched. Myar, the Elrond exchange is launching. But Uniswap's going to be always my first love. This thing, in a way, it doesn't get the credit it deserves because everyone takes it for granted now, I think, with all these, you got the yield farming sites, you got everything else, but Uniswap started it all.
Yeah, they sure
I
did.
mean, this is the granddaddy of DEXs. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. So we got to talk about what the changes were. We're going to walk through what the different changes were to version 3. This is the interface here that you can see. I actually have not used it yet. Have you used it yet, Marv?
So I haven't. I was testing it out, but I was testing it on a couple of different altcoins that I'm in, and there was no liquidity yesterday when I was checking them out, and so I wasn't in. I had no urgency to make any trades, but I wanted to test Uniswap version 3, but there was no liquidity.
Yeah, I know that when you do, you can swap, in the old, when they went from version 1 to version 2, you had to toggle between the different versions that you wanted to use. Now with version 3, they've just changed the interface. It will tell you, it will say like, so if there's not a lot of liquidity in one pool on version 3, it will say you can get a better price on or do a better swap on version 2. Do you want to do that? And it will take you over and just do it on version 2. So shall we walk through what's different here about Uniswap?
Yeah, we definitely should. We've got 74 people in here. I think this new time's working. Milty, I know we were supposed to be on at 5:30 Eastern time. I do apologize. It's my fault. Milton was quite upset with me, guys. We're testing out new times, and so thank you guys for being. Thank you for your patience. I definitely want to check it out. Matt Moore says, "Milto, it's Matt, your number one and first fan. Hope you're well, champion."
Well, that is true. Matt has been watching our channel from the very beginning. That is definitely true. He is not a bandwagon crypto wiser. Matt was one of the first. He saw my you remember the first videos. If crypto wisers are out there, if you're new to the channel, worth checking out some of our early videos. Well, my early videos, because Marvin didn't join for a while, but I sound like a robot because I had my old mic.
Hello, my name is Milton. I am from planet Earth. This altcoin is... Hey, listen, I've got Anthony, who, yeah, you got to check out those earlier videos. I agree with you. They're fantastic. All of Milty's videos are amazing. Milty brought me to the channel because, it was robotic and you needed some life, okay? Okay, Anthony. Now, Anthony, thank you. He says, Milty to the moon, Marvin second. At least he's mentioning my name. That's nice.
I like that.
I'll take
Anthony is my fave. Anthony is my fave now, for sure.
Smash up the likes, guys. Smash up those likes. Super chats are live. We are going to get to your questions. Back to you, Milty. Yes, let's look at it a little bit deeper. Uniswap version 3 is what we're talking about, guys.
Yeah. We got to talk about this, people. It's a little bit more complicated than version 2, but it's so much better when you actually understand what it's doing. So we know that the big challenges were, 1, impermanent loss, huge challenge from version 2. How expensive it was, the fees, and in terms of being able to get, like, was it actually a good return for providing liquidity? That's kind of the main update that they've done. So let's just walk through it. We know what Uniswap is. Obviously, it's a decentralized exchange. You can trade one token for another. In this case, all ERC20 tokens. All right, so this is a big change here. Concentrated liquidity. So when you're providing liquidity now, you don't just, if the price, so in the old version 2, you didn't choose a price range. So you were providing liquidity for any price change that the tokens would have, and that was causing inefficiency of that liquidity. So now you actually create a range, and the easy kind of example that they always show is two different pairs or a pair of stable coins. Stable coins don't move very much. So let's say you would maybe put the range at 99 cents to $1.01. That, because it's not going to trade outside of that range unless something weird happened. So you don't need that inefficiency of the smart contract saying, well, if it trades at any number, that we're going to accept the trade. So you're just saying, in this kind of range, this very small range, that's what I want to trade in. And this is going to make it much more efficient. And what happens is, if it goes outside of your range, then you automatically are just given all the other tokens that are in that pool, and then it will slide back once it comes back into your range. But we're going to be talking about some ways that you're going to be able to use this. I know it's a bit more effort. It's not as easy to just kind of plop your liquidity there and just leave it. You got to think about this a bit more. You got to be more active or find tools that will be active for you. I thought this was an interesting example here, though, in range orders. So this is talking about two stable coins here. If you wanted to add DAI and USDC. So look at this interesting strategy. For example, a user strategized moving DAI to USDC rather than directly swapping. So let's say you have some DAI and you want some USDC. You could just provide liquidity in, okay, and then set a small range. They say 1.0001 to 1.002. And then once it goes outside of that range, you'll automatically get all your DAI turned into USDC. That's what will happen. And then if you do it before it goes back into the range, you can just take out your USDC. So that's kind of interesting. The other big change is, instead of getting LP tokens back, you're going to get an NFT. So each liquidity providers, each kind of or set of liquidity that someone puts in gets turned into an NFT. So that's an interesting
That's very
change.
interesting. Yeah.
And then this is where we get kind of the big change. So the liquidity aggregation. And this is what I'm talking about in terms of, there's going to be a lot of projects being built on top of UniSwap to help you get the best out of your liquidity. And we've talked about one already on this channel a few times, and that's Lixir.
Yes.
So this is what, when we bring up Lixir, when we talk about Lixir, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about a project or a tool, and Lixir is not going to be the only one. There'll be other ones out there, but that is going to help you get the most out of your liquidity on Uniswap now. So I think that's the way to go. That's the way I'm going to go. We've told you before that we're big onto Lixir, and I'm going to be using it basically to get the most out of my liquidity. And we'll talk about Lixir a bit in a second. But another big difference here is the fee tiers. So in version 2, it was just a set fee of 0.3%. That was the fee you paid to swap any pair. Now there's 3 tiers. So if it's a stable coin for stable coin, or the high volume pairs where it's there's not much risk involved, well, that's going to be at a 0.05, so a much lower rate to do trades, which is great. And then there's the moderate, which is the one that it was, and now they've got this exotic pair, 1%. So it's actually going to probably cost you a bit more in terms of fees to get those small hidden cap gems, because the people who are adding liquidity there, they're taking a bigger risk, and so they're going to be charging a bit more fees,
which makes a lot of sense.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And it's going to definitely provide more reasons for people to add that liquidity in if your fees, because I did notice, I was a big liquidity provider in Uniswap, have been. I've taken it all out to kind of get a feel for version 3 now, but I'm going to be adding in a bunch more. And I did notice that, the fees, what you were getting paid for fees, really on a lot of pools ended up not being worth it. So I like that they have these 3 tiers now. If you're putting something in that's, really stable, then you get a little bit less. but there's a lot of volume on it. And then if you're taking a higher risk adding liquidity, you're going to get more fees. I think that's necessary. And I think it's going to really help with the liquidity. And then obviously what hasn't happened yet is that they've announced that they're going to be using a layer 2 solution, Optimism they're going to be using. That's not out yet, but that's going to solve the gas fees big time when you can use that layer 2 instead of having to do it right on the layer 1 of Ethereum.
Now, why did they pick Optimism out of all of the L2 solutions? Why Optimism? I'm curious about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, when they announced that weeks ago, I thought it was a huge, that's huge for Optimism.
Massive.
I mean, UniSwap is huge, and but then Optimism was kind of delayed a bit, so we'll see. I mean, they haven't changed their mind yet. They keep saying that they're going to be using Optimism, so it must be ready soon in the next few weeks. I think that's what their hope was.
Now, UniSwap, as it stands, I mean, it for all the crypto newbies, it's not necessarily the easiest of exchange options to use, right? And so the fact that adding liquidity got a little bit more complicated with these ranges, do you think that's going to be an issue at all for UniSwap?
Honestly, I don't think so, because it's going to be a better product. And I think there's going to be, projects like Lixir out there to help people, and that will make it easier. And for now, if people do have if they're adding liquidity to a pool, version 2 is going to be working. Basically, they're never going to take version 2 out. What's going to happen is that eventually, as people get the hang of this and they understand that it's a much better value proposition, version 3, that they're just going to migrate over to this version 3. I think it was pretty advanced anyway, adding liquidity. Right. It was an easy process, but when you figured out, if it was worthwhile or not, that was kind of hard with the impermanent loss and with the fees not being great. So I think they needed to change. They needed to make it more worthwhile for people who are going to add the liquidity, which I think are always going to be kind of the more advanced crypto people.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Right now, I don't think that.
100%. We do have our first super chat. Sorry to interrupt you there, Milty. We've got a super chat here from Squashia. Squashia. I like that. Did you all get a chance to look at Zenon, ZNN, that I mentioned in a past video? Wanted to know your thoughts. They're working on BTC. We'll actually, thank you so much, first of all, Squashia. I really appreciate it. We'll try to take a look at that a bit later in the show today. And so, yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. We'll get back to that. I think that's the best approach here on this, Milty. Unless you want to take a look right now.
No, let's hold off on that. But I will admit that I didn't have a chance. It is on my list.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying. I do have a list of all the ones that are asked about.
The list is very
long. But Zenon or Zenon is number 1 on that list. They were the first super chat, I think, question that we ever got live, and that is on there. So I haven't looked into it yet, but I promise it's on the list, and one of these days we will.
Yeah.
So just going back to Uni, I thought it would be maybe we should look at the Uni price and talk a bit about Uni itself as an investment now that version 3 is out. This was certainly a buy the rumor, sell the news situation here, unfortunately, which I think is nonsense. This is something I was complaining about on Twitter, because Thorchain came out, the mainnet for Thorchain didn't dump at all, actually pumped. And I was like, yeah, that's the way it should be. I don't get this nonsense. There's a lot of FUD going on about people not being super happy with it. So this is an article from Yahoo Finance here.
Well, I think that's just what it comes down to, right?
UniFlop.
Well, that's what it comes down to.
UniSwap version 3 became a UniFlop on opening day. I mean, this kind of narrative, just because of the price action. And it's unfortunate because I think the work that they did on version 3 is actually amazing. And it's just going to take some time for people to realize it.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. It is going to take time, and sure enough, it's going to take time for people to migrate from version 2 to version 3, right? Because as I mentioned, there's liquidity issues on V3 with a lot of the altcoins, and so that's going to take some time. People are very, very critical about these things, and in fairness, a lot of people are invested into other options, right? And so a lot of the FUD comes from people that aren't heavy into Uniswap anymore. They've moved on to 1inch, other types of things out there and other products that are available. So I think FUD is spread for a number of different reasons. But I didn't expect Uniswap V3 to be absolutely incredible day one, So I mean, look at.
But the funny thing about it is incredible day one. It's just complex, so people have to figure it out. Like it wasn't like PokeSwap. It wasn't PokeSwap where it actually didn't really work, and the site went down, and like it was actually an amazing launch. They were like, we're gonna launch on May 5th. They did, and all of a sudden it was just there. I didn't hear much problem. I did hear about maybe some slippage with the liquidity. But again, if you're trying to do something, it will tell you automatically if version 2 is the better swap for you. Right. So now I didn't add liquidity yet. I haven't tried that. So maybe that was not as good as people thought. I don't know. Marv, if you want to bring up Uni, because I'm having trouble with coin market cap here. It's not bringing it up. If you want to bring up the price of Uni, we should just have a peek and see where it's at.
Yeah, of course. Let me pull it up here. Get my screen going for y'all. It's at $40.77 right now. I mean, the action. Yeah. What were you expecting? You were expecting. Well, it was down on the 24-hour by 2.81%.
Well, yeah, and yesterday was, if you remember, yesterday was a huge day for a ton of projects, and Uni was one of the few kind of blue chippers that was down yesterday. And I get it. Look, that's something we've seen in crypto over and over and over again. It didn't surprise me necessarily, but it did disappoint me because of Thorchain. When Thorchain came out, it was a good product. There was a huge kind of learning curve to happen too there, and they could only take a certain amount of liquidity. They still can only take a certain amount of liquidity, and yet the price pumped. I thought, that Uni had a chance to do that, and everything else was pumping. They went down. I think, honestly, I like Uni here. I think it's gonna surprise people. One day it's gonna pump big once people get the hang of this version 3.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't disagree. I'm a big fan of Uni. It also has a 22 billion cap today, so it's no small potatoes. I agree with you. I think there's a lot of upward movement to come for Uniswap, and at the same time, I think the market sort of priced itself for version 3 a while back. A lot of people were buying on it with the intent to get it as soon as it launched, right? And so that
that's buy the rumor. Yeah,
buy the rumor. That's, and so it didn't happen with Thorchain, but it seemed to have happened here with Uniswap. So it'll be interesting. I agree, though. I think Uniswap has a huge future ahead of it. There's no question. And version 3 was much needed. I think the most needed thing, though, and I think part of the disappointment is one of the biggest pain points that everybody has is the fees, right? And so the fact that Layer 2 isn't active yet for them, that's what people are most excited about. They want to use Uniswap the way they're using Binance Smart Chain. I know it won't be the same, and it's still going to be more expensive. Even on a Layer 2 solution, it'll likely be more expensive, but that's what people really want right now. And although version 3 is exciting and there's amazing things behind it, I agree. The majority of retail users, they want low fees.
Oh, for sure, yeah, and that will be huge. When that happens, that's going to be huge.
Now, we did talk briefly about Lixir there. I know that we've mentioned it a few times now because we're pretty excited about this project. It's the first automated liquidity concentrator coming on V3, Uniswap version 3. And they're planning to do their balancer launch on Saturday, I believe, May 8th. So get your pens out, make note, because you'll have an opportunity to pick up some licks on May 8th for a couple of days before they go live on Uniswap. I think they're sticking to that date. I know they're working hard to get there, but it's a project we're excited about. They did release a video, Milton, today that's explains it really well, and I kind of wanted to play it for everybody. It's only about a minute long, but they've done a really good job explaining what Lixir does, and I think it will be helpful for everybody just to watch it. What do you think?
Yeah, because this goes, I think this is worth watching because this is kind of what I was trying to explain with the liquidity aggregation. So because you're going to want to be actively, finding the right price range for your liquidity. It's not like the old Uniswap where you just set it and forget it. And so things like Lixir here are going to be very helpful. So I think it's worth us watching this just so people really understand what we're talking about.
I agree. Now we've got 99 people in the chat in our live show. 100 people in the live show, 35 likes. 35 likes. Please do us a huge favor and smash that like button, guys. I want you to let's have you watch a little bit about what Lixir is doing because we're quite excited about it. And I think it's adding a huge value to version 3 Uniswap, and it's coming out. You have an opportunity on Balancer to buy it on Saturday. So let's take a quick look at this, and then we'll be right back in. The thing is, can we actually hear it? Can anybody hear that?
I cannot hear it, Marv.
Yeah, I can't hear it. Oh, that's because the volume's off. Come on. There we go.
Lixir Finance, the first automated liquidity manager. Liquidity concentration enables higher capital efficiency by allowing the liquidity provider to specify ranges instead of the entire pricing curve. Your Ether to USDC LP, worth $1,000, could effectively be many multiples within a smaller price range. Higher capital efficiency comes with more downside risks, inactive liquidity, impermanent loss, topping up of additional funds, and high active management costs. How it works. Alice decides to concentrate her liquidity for Ether to USDC. In UniSwap V3, she concentrates all of her capital within $250 of ETH's current price, which at the time is $2,000. If the price of ETH rises to $2,500, a couple of things will happen. Her capital becomes inactive. She no longer earns fees. Alice gets stopped out. Her capital is 100% comprised of USDC. Now Alice must manually adjust her ranges and possibly add additional capital since she got stopped out of her first range. There is a better way. Lixir automatically rebalances the concentration of Alice's capital as price moves in either direction, so the highest capital concentration is always at current price to achieve highest capital efficiency and ROI, earns farming rewards, and saves Alice time and money, gas fees, manually making such changes for her using our proprietary algorithm. Lixir Finance.
I think that's. I think what the guys over at Lixir are doing is absolutely incredible. I think they've got a huge amount of potential, and I'm super bullish on this project, which is again coming out on Saturday. So everybody gets an opportunity. Now, for those of you that don't understand how the balancer pools work for an IDO like this, you don't need to rush into it because you actually lose by rushing. You want the more that people rush, the higher the price you're going to pay. And so when it comes down to it, the balancer pool I think is open for 3 days, 2 or 3 days. There's a lot of opportunity to buy Lixir within that. So don't FOMO into it. There's enough Lixir, I believe, out there that most of you will have a chance, if not all of you, in this show at least, to pick up some bags at a good price. So,
yeah. I just want to kind of, I'm not big on these balancer pools. I haven't done a lot of them, but when Kylin came out, we talked a lot about theirs. That was the first one I really watched. And the idea is that they put it out first at a higher price and then the price kind of goes down. And with Kylin, that never happened. So if the price goes out really high on Lixir and it doesn't end up coming down, what happened with Kylin was once it went on Uniswap, there was a big dip and then there was opportunity to buy in. So I think that's, if you don't see the price coming down on the balancer pool, better to wait. When it comes out on Uniswap, you can grab it probably on the dip. That would be my strategy.
Yeah, I agree and I disagree. So I agree with you completely in the sense that the price will likely come down on balancer. I'm not a huge fan of balancer for that reason. I like the hype that goes into an IDO. But at the same time, one of the challenges that Kylin had was their tokenomics, right? You had a huge amount of people get in the seed and private sales that dumped on the market, whereas Lixir doesn't really have that. And anyone that got in on their private sale, which was very small, by the way, is locked up for 6 months, I believe. So I think they get a little bit at TGE or within the first month, and then it's locked up. So I'm not necessarily convinced that it's going to have the same trajectory as Kylin, but I agree with you.
That's a good point.
You don't have to rush into it, although they're doing amazing things. So who knows? I mean, listen, if there's a good buy opportunity, it's coming out this weekend on Saturday. I think we're one of the first influencers to really be talking about this project. So I suspect a lot of influencers will be talking about it after they launch.
Yeah, and I think this is I think what Uniswap knew what was going to happen. They knew that by changing it the way they were, people weren't going to manually do their own liquidity. That was never going to be the most efficient way to do it. I personally like Lixir. I know you do too. There are going to be other projects that eventually come out. I think Lixir is the first one that I've really heard of that's coming out like very soon. So hopefully they'll get a kind of market. They'll be able to get that kind of market percentage there before anyone else comes in. But I think there'll be more, obviously. But I do think this is the future. I mean, to add liquidity to Uniswap, it's not going to make sense for you to kind of sit there and watch it the whole time when you can just get a project like Lixir and they're going to, do it automatically, get you the best rates and use your liquidity the most efficiently.
Yeah.
And I do want to just take a minute here, Marv, because I get a lot of questions about impermanent loss and what are we talking about impermanent loss and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to share my screen,
absolutely.
This is a tool. There's a bunch of these tools out there. This one is dailydefi.org, but it's basically an impermanent loss calculator. And this is kind of an easy way for you to kind of get a sense of what happens. So when you're adding liquidity now in version 2, and now all the DEXs are trying to fix this. So this is going to change, but this is based on Uniswap. So essentially what happens, you add 2 tokens to the pool, and they're going to have different prices. So the thing about impermanent loss is if you have a hidden gem or an altcoin that you think is going to pump huge, and you're going to put it in with something that's not going to pump as much, then you are going to experience some impermanent loss. So let's say that the first one is a token A is a hidden gem. It's at $5, and then you're adding it with something like ETH, which is say at 2,000. Okay. So if your hidden gem does 100x and gets to 500 and ETH just doubles and goes to 4,000, and you can see your impermanent loss is going to be huge. It's going to be 72%. So that's what we mean when we're talking about impermanent loss, because you're not getting out the same amount of this token A that you put in. So whichever one goes up most in price, you're going to get less of, and that's what we're talking about impermanent loss. Now, let's say they do the equal amount and they both just double, then you wouldn't have impermanent loss. So, and let's say one triples and one doubles, then your impermanent loss is only 2%. But this is a great calculator for you to kind of figure out something. This is dailydefi.org, but there's a bunch of these calculators out there. So I hope people understand, I know most people in crypto know this, but if you're new to crypto, and I do get this question a lot about impermanent loss, this is a way to figure it out. It really depends on what you think the 2 tokens are going to do. And if one is just going to go crazy and one's going to stay the same, then it's probably not worth putting the liquidity in.
Yeah, no, that's super helpful. Permanent loss is something that everybody kind of scratches their head about. And so thanks for sharing that. We do have a question here, a couple interesting questions. We also have a super chat, which we'll get to, but let's give him the horn. He deserves the horn. Skadoosh Gaming. Is that how you say that, Milt? Skadoosh?
I don't know. I like that. Skadoosh.
Skadoosh. My favorite ever NFT play is long-term called Lukso. Founder is the guy who created ERC20 tokens for the ETH back in the day. Consider yourself shilled. Thank you, Skadoosh. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, Lukso was one. I was looking at in the last summer, I was looking at Lukso and it was like $1 and I never went in on it, but I do like the project and it's pumped huge since then. I don't even know what's Lukso at these days.
I'll have to take a look. I'll take a look in a sec. Right now I've got Kylin open because we got another question. Is Kylin a good buy right now. And I want to get your take on this, but my take is yes. I think that Kylin has kind of hit its bottom personally in that 65 range, 65 to 70 range. We know that tokens are released on the 5th of every month. Long term, very bullish on Kylin. So any bags between 60, 70 cents in that range, to me, is a good buy. I don't know. What's your opinion on that? What's your take, Milton?
Oh, 100%. I mean, obviously, like, cryptowisers might hate me at this point because I love Kylin so much. I've been pushing it so much. And, you know, it's actually lower than when I got in. I got in at 80 and I was pretty happy with that. And now it's lower. But honestly, I keep saying this, it's a long-term hold for me. And I get a lot of people saying, well, Chainlink is in Polkadot. Chainlink's going to be the oracle of Polkadot. Honestly, guys, I'm not even in Kylin as an oracle play. It's about decentralized data. If you believe that data is the new oil, which I do, Kylin is looking into all ways that we can decentralize data, monetize our data. So, you know, this has been said a lot and it's a bit of a cliche, and we'll see if they get there. You know, they still have to get there, but it's not just a chain link or an oracle play. It's an oracle play, and you can compare it also to something like Ocean Protocol, which is a data marketplace play, and also something like the Graph, which is about querying, being able to access data on chain and off. So it's much more than just an oracle play. I love it at these prices. I've already, you know, I showed my top 10 bags. It was number 6. It's probably my biggest altcoin bag at this point. And I still bought the dip the other day because I think the private sale got released. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I saw it tanking and I was like, I got to buy more. I didn't expect to buy more. And I was like, I got to, it's still in the 60s. I got to buy more. So anyway.
That was a smart buy. I mean, I wish I'd done the same. I already have a pretty big bag of it. And I agree with you completely. I think long-term, and I also really, you know, Dylan, the CEO, and their team, I think are phenomenal. And what they're doing is true to the word. Those guys are amazing. They're going above and beyond on this project. It's got more partnerships than any other Polkadot project to date. This is the real deal, in my opinion, as well, if anyone cares about Marvin's opinion, because apparently it's the Milton show, Milty. When I look at these comments, it's the bloody Milton show. But if you care about my opinion, I also believe that Kylin is very good. I just wanted to bring Lukso back up there because I've had time to open her up. She's at $11.31. The chart,
so she's had a pretty big dip in the last few weeks.
Significant. I mean, if you look at it, it hit 27.31, had a massive sell-off, a little bit of resurgence, and then back down. It looks like it's likely hit the floor in this range between $9 and $11.
Honestly, I don't know if you remember this, Marv, but I was looking at it.
I do.
Last August.
Yeah.
If you bring up that chart again.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the problem with some of these plays, though. You know, when you look at them early and you miss the boat, it's hard to go back to these projects, even if you like them. So, like, if you look at last August, where that little bump is.
Oh my gosh.
That's like what I'm talking about. Like, that's where I was looking at it. So, Lukso, really, it's just been hard for me to look at it again.
I love it because
I don't know if other.
You thought you missed the boat then at 30 when it went from 35 cents to $1. You're like, Marvin, I missed the boat. I told you about it. I told you we're too late. We're too late. Fast forward 6 months, and that's a joke.
I know. And I don't know if cryptowisers out there feel the same, but sometimes when you study a project, you're thinking you're almost about to buy a bag and then you don't, and then months later it pumps. It's hard to go back and get in on that one. I usually just let it go, even if it's a good project, and move on to the next
I look at them as, like, for me, they're like ex-girlfriends, you know? So when I break up with my ex-girlfriend, she's basically dead to me. And I pretend like she doesn't even exist on this planet. I don't even think of their name or look at it again. And I kind of play the same role with my altcoins. If I miss the boat or I got out too early, I get really resentful and upset. And I used to get really upset with myself. I used to beat the crap out of myself. I got a call a couple nights ago, late night, Milton, from a good friend of mine who's back into crypto, and he was literally in tears because he bought into this Cummies coin, right? And he was texting me about it, and he got scared really fast. It went down like 5%. This was a little bit ago. And then he sold it all. And literally, I mean, if he would have just stayed a couple days longer, he would have made a 30x. And so, you know, he's been beating himself up for a week over this coin. And I said, well, what have you done since? What are you in now? And he says, nothing. I'm upset. I'm too scared to touch anything. So yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. You can't sweat.
You got to look forward. Now in crypto, you got to just move forward and look ahead. Never look back on those missed calls, because they'll eat you up.
They will. And we have another question that came through asking about Panther. We've had a couple of people in the chat and a lot of comments lately asking about Panther. Guys, you know, we've been talking about this the last couple live shows. There were a few of you that were upset because Panther, you know, it went down. But look, if you watched our last show, it was at $1.50. A day later here, it's back up to $2.50. As you can see, I've still got my bag, and I guess you can't necessarily see that. Am I connected? I've still got my bag, and I am still farming it. But yeah, it's back up there, Milt. It's back up to 250, and I think there's going to be a migration happening on the 8th for them.
Yeah, apparently there's a migration. That's something. So we should probably talk about that on our next show if that happens, and just let people know. Because I just want to also shout out all the CryptoWisers who used our referral link for Panther. That was really cool, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
If those of you who haven't signed up yet, if you want to use our referral link, it's in the description of our videos. But while we're talking about yield farming on Binance Smart Chain, Marv, we got to talk about our friends at Wheat.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have it open over there?
I do. Yeah. This is the Wheat token here. So full disclosure, the team at Wheat, these guys are sponsors of the channel, but they are another great yield farming aggregator site. They're much smaller than Panther or any of the other ones I use. This is on Coin Market Cap. So the Wheat token, and I'm not even talking about the Wheat token, I'm just mostly talking about the platform itself. You'll earn Wheat from farming it. But these guys, they have just over 7 million locked in. So we see the chart here. This is the 24-hour, but the max chart for Wheat, I haven't actually even looked at this in a while. So yeah, so they went up to over 16, and now it's down to about 10. So it's down. But the reason I want to talk about them today is because they launched a bunch of new vaults. And I know CryptoWisers are going to know why I like these vaults, because they are auto vaults.
You love the vaults.
So I love the vaults. Well, one, I love yield farming on Binance Smart Chain. So this is why we talk about it a lot. As long as you can farm for so cheap. You know, when you were farming ETH last year, it was so expensive to do the farming. Now you can get in and out of these things. Obviously, there's a lot of fees involved. Make sure you know the fees. But because the gas is so low, these aggregators can do so much on the Binance Smart Chain platform. And even, you know, to get in and out of them gas-wise is super cheap. But anyway, so Wheat has launched these new farms, and they're layer 3 farming, okay? Because what you do, so it's all these ones here where you see Auto, Cake, and Wheat. So what these are, they're essentially, you add liquidity to PancakeSwap. So of any of these pairs, so let's say take this one, Cake BNB, you add liquidity to PancakeSwap, as you always do, you get the LP tokens. But instead of going over to our good friends at Auto, you know, we love Auto too on this show.
I do.
My computer is so slow.
Now Auto's been disappointing, but I you know, I'm a huge fan of it. I've got a huge bag of it, and I've been in a long time as well.
Yeah, but it's a great. So the actual token has been disappointing in terms of price, but it's still a great platform. So, but just going back to Wheat, so what they're doing with these vaults, you get your LP tokens from PancakeSwap, but instead of putting them into Auto yourself, you put them here on Wheat in these vaults, and they use Auto to get you the best yield. So they're taking those LP tokens, they're putting them into Auto, and they're auto compounding that for you, and you earn Wheat. Now, the thing to keep in mind, I put some, I started using, they just launched these a few hours ago. I put some money into a few of these vaults to try them out, because look at these APYs on some of them. It depends on the liquidity, but you got, over 300 on this one, 1,500 on this one. So some pretty sweet APYs. And just going to go to Twitter here for a sec. I know it's okay. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. So you're getting 3 layers. This is where yield farming is going. It's going crazy,
It's
Mark.
amazing.
So now instead of only 2 layers, you're getting 3. So what they're taking, you're getting your LPs from PokeSwap. They're putting it into Auto Farm, compounding that, and then you're getting wheat on top of it. If you get my drift. So I put some LPs in here. Now they're using auto. So, but what happens is, so the deposit fee is 0.1% on these vaults, no withdrawal fee, but on the performance of the auto compounding for you, they're taking 50% of that to buy back wheat and burn it and stuff to try to get that wheat token to keep its value up. And then if you withdraw, so when you withdraw, you don't actually get auto tokens. You're just getting the auto compounded LP tokens from PancakeSwap, but you're actually getting more back because they're able to use auto to auto compound, if that makes any sense. And then you're also getting the wheat back. This APY is the wheat that you're earning. So this is another platform here for all those people out there like me who like to do the yield farming on Binance Smart Chain. Trust me, I'm still in PantherSwap. I'm in Auto Farm. I'm in A Cryptos. I'm in wheat. I have some LPs still in PancakeSwap, not doing it like that. I don't put into any of these other platforms. So I'm in all of these. I'm not, I'm not I'm not a maxi. I'm not a yield farming maxi. I like having a bunch of them going on. Wheat is, I think, a small little gem. I've talked to the team a bunch, and they're doing new things. And I was excited to see these auto vaults. So I wanted to talk about these.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you shared that. I love my passive income. I love my yield farming. I love my vaults, just like you. Apparently, Milton, Awakening Potential says it's Milty's channel and the other guy.
Yeah, give that guy some horn. Give him
no way. He's not getting nothing. He's not getting nothing. He doesn't deserve a horn. He doesn't deserve a horn. This guy... Thank you for being a part of the channel. But my name is Marvin, by the way.
We got to start calling you the other guy. I mean, people, the true crypto wisers know, like Matt, who's an original fan. I mean, maybe Awakening is also an original fan. They know. You go back to those early videos, it's all Milty all the time. Okay. I was lonely back then.
You know what, Milty? Let me just tell you.
And then all of a sudden Marvin pops out of nowhere.
Whatever, guys. Listen, I still love you. We've got 127 people in the show right now and 60 likes. If you think that this is Milty's show, smash that like button, and I'll just start naming myself the guy. We're at 60 likes right now, 125 people in here. Smash that like button, guys. We really appreciate it. WebHacker7 says, or modify an Oracle aggregator. Yes. We were just talking about this, were we not, Milton? Let me pull it up. I think I have it.
Yeah, I don't know much about this one. We had a quick peek at it right before we went live.
By the way, I did connect my wallet into PantherSwap just because I know people are always complaining, oh, you guys are shilling. You're selling down on me. Well, that's just not true. I've got my bags. You can see that I've got a ton of Panther here to harvest. This, by the way, guys, this right here is what, 4 or 5 days of me in my pool, my BNB Panther pool. So talk about awesome rewards. Almost $19,000 in rewards, 7,700 Panthers. So, boop, not too shabby.
I got it. Okay. I just got to make sure that we let them know that it's high risk. These yield farming sites 100%. Are high risk.
100%.
Okay, so don't just FOMO in because Marvin shows you his big fat bags. Okay.
Definitely don't FOMO in. Do your own research. And of course, guys, as Milton says, they're super high risk. Like Panther is incredibly super high risk, even for crypto. A lot of these are. Panther's undergoing an audit right now. Do your own research. Milton and myself, none of us on this channel are investment advisors. Nothing that we tell you here today is investment advice. Always do your own research. Any money that you do plan on investing in cryptocurrency, do at your own risk. Only invest money that you're prepared to lose or you can comfortably lose. And read the disclaimer in our video below. It's a good point. Do you want to bring up this question? This is an interesting question from Balder. I don't know. He says, I believe wheat blocks Europe. I'm from Barcelona and I can't access their website, unfortunately. Do you know anything about it?
Well, Balder, I don't know anything about that. That would surprise me if they did. I will reach out to the wheat team though, because I do talk to them and ask them about that. But that would seem really weird to me if that were true. Because it's a decentralized platform, I don't think it gets blocked, anywhere.
I don't think so either, but it's possible that maybe their servers were blocked or something happened in the meantime. You should ask. Let's ask the wheat team about that and get back to you there.
Yeah.
I did want to bring up this.
You who,
yeah, sorry. Go ahead. It is your channel. My bad.
well, it is my channel. You're just the other guy. So yeah, I just wanted to one last shout out to these new vaults on wheat, because the reason I wanted to make sure that I told you about them today is because they're new. And if you remember with Panther Swap, these APYs are going to be the highest, when they're new. That's why I like to jump. If it's a site I like, a platform I like, when they do these new vaults, if it's a vault that I want to be in. Personally, I just did the stablecoin vault. So I went into this USDTB USD because, again, I didn't want to worry about impermanent loss. And I'm getting the 224%. But that, as liquidity goes up, what happens is then the APYs go down, because basically every time a block of wheat is minted, then it gets split among all the vaults kind of evenly. And so your APY is based on how much liquidity is in that actual vault. So these are brand new. These auto cake wheat vaults are brand new on the wheat site. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you very much. And it goes down. I mean, Panther Swap, as an example, is down. When we first got in, it was like 5,000%. And now I think they're still amazing. And I'm sure those wheat ones look pretty juicy themselves. On Panther, it's at 2,400, so it's still there, but it's coming down. So yeah, get on those wheat ones if you're interested. I did want to look really quickly here. Web hackers asking about Modify and suggesting it's also a good option. Truly decentralized, secure, and precise Oracle solutions, decentralized, aggregated Oracle, fully trustless and decentralized off-chain data on-chain, on-demand Oracle platform, P2P, incentivized network to obtain atypical off-chain data. It's an Oracle marketplace. It's an interesting project. I was taking a quick peek at it. I want to dive deeper into it. I know the guys in Telegram are talking about it a lot. And in terms of tokenomics, it's at $2.42. It's a tiny cap. I don't know if this is right because Livecoin Watch has been off quite a bit, but it's showing a cap under 7 million, a total supply of 22 million. The chart is, are these charts?
Yeah, I think right? I have the, on Coin Market Cap, the market cap is at 19 million for circulating supply, fully diluted market cap of 50 million. So I think Livecoin Watch is wrong on this one.
Something's going on with Livecoin Watch these days. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've had to move on from it. It was getting kind of I used to use it because I thought the prices updated quicker on there. And then all of a sudden I started seeing a bunch of weird stuff on Livecoin Watch. So I'm sticking to the sturdy coin market cap these days.
Well, mod, 241. Just under 20 million I've got here on coin market cap. The charts look, nothing out of the norm. It's just kind of been in consolidation mode, looks like.
Yeah, I haven't looked too much into this. I like the idea of the Oracle aggregator. I mean, any sort of aggregator is an interesting idea. I am like, the one thing about oracles for me that I'm curious about is just how long will oracles be needed in terms of getting off-chain data on-chain. I feel like as we get more sophisticated and stuff, I think so. For me, the oracle plays that I like, that's why I like Kylin, because it's not just kind of single-minded oracles. Chainlink obviously is so huge and got their hands in so many different things that they're going to be able to pivot very easily. I think short-term, I love the oracle plays because obviously it's a use case for blockchain that is necessary. Everyone needs them. But I do wonder if in a couple of years we no longer are talking about oracles anymore.
Yeah, it's a fair question. I'm not sure either, and you might be right about that. We do have a couple of new super chats. What is his name? World of Wokes.
World of Wokes.
World of Wokes. 10 euros from World of Wokes. What do you think about the cycles? I think it's over. Crypto is now arriving in the middle of society. I think we will see a consolidation on a high level. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we agree with this.
Yeah.
I think we talked a little bit about this on the last show. I do think this is a super cycle. And going back to that article that I talked about first to start the show off, which is Gemini partnering with casinos in Vegas to bring crypto to casinos. We know that all the banks are jumping in. We know that corporations are putting it on their books. We know that DeFi, decentralized finance, is a much better system than the system we have now. Like, if it takes days and a lot of money to wire money to someone in a different country, and you can send crypto in seconds for nothing, obviously crypto is going to at some point be here to stay. And I think that's the cycle we're in. I think we're in the crypto is here to stay. Now, that's different for me than, are we going to create a bubble, a price bubble that will have to correct? I think that's going to also happen. But for me, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to follow the same cycle pattern as the old ones. So I don't think we're close to the top of a price bubble. But I think if the euphoria continues and snowballs, there is going to be a price point where crypto is just overvalued, like any other asset, like the stock, like what happens to the stock market or the housing, market. There's always a point where things are overvalued and they end up correcting. I think that's going to happen again, but I don't think we're ever getting to a world where crypto isn't a big part of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I already think that, a huge amount of these projects are way overvalued, my personal opinion. I mean, comparing it to stocks and what's been going on in commerce for a long time, projects that are still a story with nothing behind it, with hundreds of millions or billion-dollar valuations, to me doesn't make sense. And that scares me for sure. But I do think this cycle is a lot different than the last one. There's no question about that. We do have another super chat here, Milt.
Nice.
Another one, Ollie James, $5 or euros from Ollie James. Love the show, guys. Love the show. Any new thoughts on Flash? This is up Milton's alley. You made a video on it a few months ago. There's a win a Tesla competition going on. I want a Tesla. What the hell, Milton? You didn't mention this.
I know, because unfortunately, I haven't said this to anyone, but I got out of Flash.
Whoa.
Not for any reason other than I just had too many alts on the go. But I like the project. I don't know. Can you pull up Flash there? Because I haven't looked at it in a while. This was kind of one of those Lukso moves where I got out a bit too early, and then I saw Flash kind of pumped, and I don't know if that's the right one.
There it is.
Yeah, it's Flash, that one there. Yeah. So it's at 61 cents. And I like look at that. Is that coin live again? Look at that chart. Like, that can't be right. It's going crazy.
Hold on. Let me pull it up over here on CoinMarketCap. FlashStake.
And I did see that they were doing this contest for a Tesla, which is great. I do like the team. It's behind the team that's behind it is the XOI guys, which I think is called something else now.
XIO guys?
Now. Oh, sorry, the XIO guys.
Yeah.
And they
had a breakup recently, didn't they?
Well, no, it wasn't a breakup, but I know Austin, who was one of the founders, he's still part of it, but he's moved on to different things.
Oh,
but
right.
I like what they're doing. I'm blanking on the founder's name. I got to look up his name because it's going to bug me. But I like what they're doing. I don't know much about the Tesla because I haven't been following it recently. And honestly, I didn't get out of it for any other reason that I was consolidating. And I thought about it and I was like, okay, I just don't know if they're going to get enough traction on this. And you know what? To be honest, I think I might be wrong on it. I think I like the project still. I love the idea of it.
I'm looking at the chart here, Milton, and I'm seeing volume around 50K a day, very low volume. I'm seeing a significant pump that took place, but again, the volume is so low, it's hard to know what really took place there. And then it's been flatlined ever since. So maybe they've got to give a Tesla a way to get some price action. I don't know. I got to look deeper into what's actually going on there. I think what they were trying to attempt to do is great. I'm not sure where they're at. You know this better than I do.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been following it since about January, so I'm just not sure. I did really like the original idea of being able to get your staked liquidity out in advance. Like
Yeah,
that's
cool.
I thought, Zachary Dash is the founder and the guy who runs it, and I really like him. I think he's a go-getter. I think he's a smart guy, and I'm excited to see what he comes up with because, again, I forget what the I'm just keep blanking on these names. Jeez, Marv, I'm getting old.
That's right. No, you're not getting old. You're just seeing you're looking at so many projects and working with so many teams.
Yeah, Block Zero. That's it. Ollie James said. So Block Zero. Yeah. So that's the name. And so they're creating a bunch of different. They're kind of a token creation lab. And FlashStake was the first. But the XIO token is the one to hold so that you get airdrop. Like I had XIO, I was in XIO, I got airdropped the Flash.
Right.
To be honest, it was a great deal. Like when I got out, it was, it wasn't nothing. And
so you sold your bags after the pump here then?
Not quite at that pump though. No,
the truth is coming out on the show, folks. Is this going to be the Milton show forever? Or are you guys going to revolt and make it the Marvin show here? Because it looks like good old Milty got off at the last pump.
I did, but I do like the model that Zach has going there and with Block Zero, where you hold XIO and every time the lab creates something, you get airdropped the new project. I believe that's still the model, and I like that one.
Yeah, it's a cool model. My problem is because the pain that I felt from the last bear market, the most pain was inflicted by coins and projects with low liquidity. And so I have a lot of trouble picking up projects that have low liquidity, low volume, because the truth is, as things go red, these projects literally dry up pretty fast. If it's 50,000 volume today, now don't get me wrong, things could happen. There could be some big announcements. They might release some things. This could change overnight. Could do 100x. Could have 100 million volume a day. But currently, as it stands right now, these are the type of projects that could dry up real quick in terms of liquidity.
That is true, and that is a good point. I mean, I don't want to badmouth FlashStake in particular, but that is a great point in terms of liquidity. Make sure, just monitor that, because you want to make sure that if you do need that money, if you need to get it out at some point, that you're in a project that has that ability. Now with FlashStake, it's a bit different because a lot of people just staked the FlashStake, got the rewards in advance, and their FlashStake is just kind of sitting there and they've got, so who knows, they might, have locked in for a year or whatever. So it is kind of a token that's not really built to get in and out of. It's a token that's built for people to stake long-term, get their rewards out, and then they get the FlashStake back eventually and they can restake it. So it's a bit of a different kind of model than the normal one. But I agree with you, on a normal token, liquidity is a huge factor that I take into consideration.
For sure. Dave Baker says, yes, Flash, somehow it's under the radar. It may very well be under the radar. We do have another super chat. Audrey San says, just saying, thanks for all the good info. Wheat, Finance, and Panther have made me some great gains. Well, I'm really happy to hear that. That's why we do this. One question, what video editing program do you use? I guess, do you want to become an influencer? Do you want to create your own channel? That's awesome if you do. We need more of you guys out there creating content and doing research. We use a couple of different programs. We use Ecamm Live for the live show, and Camtasia. I think, Milty, you're using Camtasia as well for...
Yeah, I use Camtasia for the recorded videos. That's right.
Same here. Anyways, so going back to FlashStake, yeah, I agree with you there. Now, ZNN just was taking a quick peek because it was a super chat earlier. Haven't had much time to look at this project. The network of momentum. Zenon is an evolutionary step in distributed ledger technology, enabling an efficient trust layer for transfer of value and data globally. Looking at the tokenomics here, it's at $17.22. It's got a market cap of 104 million. So it's not that tiny, although trading volume, again, super low, 107,000 on the daily. And where does it trade? And this is the other thing. I mean, it's not trading anywhere that I would want to trade.
That's a weird chart there too. Go back to that chart there, Marv, because this is
it's very weird.
like, look at the volume. Go down to the volume. I can't see the volume. It's covered up by the, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I still can't see it. Scroll down a bit more.
Why can't you see? Oh, there.
Keep going.
Sorry.
The volume.
Yeah,
there it is. So, oh yeah, no, that's kind of normal. I thought I saw something strange down there.
No, it's normal. I mean, it just, it's had a couple pumps in it, and I mean, it's got a market cap of 100 million. Its total supply is 8.6, circulating 6.2. So most supply is out there. It's not an issue there. Got to look more into the project itself. Sorry, we haven't had a chance to do that, but volume is still
on
quite
our
low,
list,
and it's not on any exchanges that want to pick it up on. And so that's
that can be a problem. That's obviously the liquidity problem too, when it's not on an exchange that people know. So apparently we've missed one of the super chats, Marv.
Well, maybe I didn't want to read it. Let me take a
Marv,
peek.
you're the other guy. Well,
I know. That's why I'm getting upset, because guys don't even know my name. If you know my name, please tell us what my name is and smash that like button. Even if you don't, we've got 106 people in here, guys. We love all of you. Thank you so much. What's the other super chat? Here it is. We've got another super chat, Milton. I think I'm losing my marbles. I'm just tired a bit. Anyways, we've got a super chat. What the hell is his name? XSP Player 500X. Axion legit. Also, I'm loading the boat on public mint. Will be BlockFi on steroids. FDIC insured. Public mint. Do you know that one?
Yeah, public mint I've looked into and I like it. I do like public mint a lot.
Oh yeah. I do. I
Axion, I don't know anything about Axion. I'd have to look into that. But public mint, I haven't bought any. I don't own any. It's on my watch list. And I remember when they I don't know if it was their IDO that was happening or if I just kind of had heard about them, but I remember looking into it and liking it a lot.
Simplicity meets yield. Public Mint offers a powerful, simple payment system and access to best opportunities in decentralized finance. No bank account required. Get started now. This is kind of sexy, not going to lie.
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard this or not, Marv, but I love me some yield.
Yes, I love me some yield too, Milty.
I got to say, can I BlockFi is not a sponsor of the channel yet, so I could go back on this. So guys, if I start talking nice about BlockFi again, it's going to be because they're sponsoring the channel. That's the kind of sellout that I am. But I'm so disappointed in BlockFi. The rates that they're offering now, when you compare them to what else is out there, is just pathetic. It's just insulting. I'm insulted by the rates. They want my sweet Bitcoin, and they're going to give me 0.5% interest on. Are you kidding me?
Ouch.
Are you kidding me? Forget it. You're not getting my Bitcoin for that. So anyway, I like projects like Public Mint. Obviously, we're big on Celsius. Femex had that good deal going on where it's still going on. You can get 10% on your Bitcoin. Now, although you get paid out, you don't get paid out on Bitcoin. So that's a bit of a different, you get paid out on stable coins on that one. So that is a bit different there. But there are lots of options. And obviously in the decentralized world, a bit more risky, obviously, but you can insure it. Lots of options to get way more.
I think this is going to be, to be honest with you, I think as the space continues to grow, the larger ones like BlockFi and others will continue to, and because it's been a game of getting users as well, right? And so the more users they're capturing, they feel that they can finally start reducing some of those rewards. And I think it's gonna get more. Competitors are gonna follow suit because they're probably.
Well, it's also the price of Bitcoin went up, right?
Right.
So like when they were first They were all, you know,
That's
at first
true.
it was like if you had a couple of Bitcoin, they would give you 5% for however many Bitcoin you had. And then that was when Bitcoin was at like 8 grand or whatever. And then
That's
now
true.
it's at whatever, 60, and they don't want to give you that kind of percentage on the amount of money people have in there.
BlockFi, if you're looking for a sponsor, if you're looking to host a host or, you know, to sponsor a host, I'm your guy. My name's Marvin. Milty is just going to talk a bunch of crap about you. So come talk to me directly. Most people here don't know my name yet, so it'd be great if you came and chatted with me. We do have another. I've seen some more chirps, by the way, in the channel here, Milty. Before I get onto that, there has been more chirps. Someone called me, what is this, the Milton and Robin show? We've got
I love our audience. Our crypto wisers are the best. I told you last show, we have the smartest audience in all of crypto, and they're just proving it.
We've got a conspiracy theory here from Over saying Marvin and Milton are the same person talking to themselves. Jeez, man.
I would love that, actually. That Milton is actually, what's his name? Russell Crowe from Beautiful Mind. Yeah, and I'm just here sitting at on one mic going back and forth with my voices. We do have people who say that our voice is similar.
Yeah, it does sound similar. I think mine is more soothing and more accepted. Yours is a little bit more robotic, and I think that mine tends to make more money personally. Like if you listen to my voice, you somehow make more money. I don't know what the hell it is. But Chicago Brew says, what are these guys crypto-wise doing? Being so informative. Sheesh. Stop, Marvin and Milty. You're helping too much. Oh, thanks, buddy. We do have a super chat here.
Yeah, get back to this super chat.
I get upset, you know, these guys, no one's talking my name. Coin Bitixi, super chat, $5. Is that $5? Is that for real? Thank you so much. That is very nice of you. We really appreciate it. Great show. Any thoughts on Donkey Finance upcoming IDO? It's a copy trading platform for farming. Are we too late for maps.me on Solana? Well, that's a couple of questions for one super chat. I'm not familiar with Donkey Finance. I did hear about it. I don't know. Did you hear about it, Milt? It's not out yet. So I think they're doing upcoming IDO. I can't comment on it because I just don't know enough about it. Too late for maps.me on Solana? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I've also heard some things about it, but not 100% sure. So we'll try to find out. Join our Telegram group and ask the guys there. There's over 1,700 people there that could help provide some of that. But listen, thank you so much for that, Coin Bixie. Really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate all the super chats. 114 people, only 76 likes. Also, guys, let us know, was this time better than last time? Was it a better time for the show to have it now than it was to have last time? We did it in the morning or early. I know it was at lunchtime, and now we're doing the show a little bit later on. So let us know if that was good for you or not. Smash that like button for us. I'd really like to see those likes go up. But we keep trying to get the show going to a time. Whoa, one thumbs down. What the heck is that about? We're trying to get the show to a time that's best suited for everybody. So if you have, yeah, we did mention it, Webhack, we did mention it. Anyways, we're trying to get the show that's better suited for everybody, and we want to keep doing these lives for you guys. Thank you very much. Smash that like button. If you don't already, please do us a huge favor and subscribe to the channel and click on the alerts bell, because that's going to let you know when we're going live every single time. It's going to let you know. It's been a fantastic show. I don't know, guys, we just lost Milty. He just disappeared. I think I know, it's bedtime. Watch from the UK. Oh, you'd like to watch it in bed, Ollie. Perfect. Well, that's good. We were trying to find a time that was good for East Coast as well as East, West, North America, and Europe all in one, where you guys could all watch us and try to be happy about that, because we're working really hard to bring you the best content possible as often as possible. And this live show is going to come as frequently as we can do it, at least 2 to 3 times a week. I'm trying to push, rest in peace, Milty. Peace, Milty. Listen, Marvin has taken over the show. I have full control, my friends. Whatever you want me to shill, tell me, and I will shill it. Now that Milty's gone, we've got no adults in the room. No adults in the room, so we can shill the hell out of every frickin' coin we want to shill. Peace out, Milty. I've taken over. Yeah, that's right. I've taken over. And we're going to make a lot of money with me behind the wheel, my friends. We're going to make a lot of money with me behind the wheel. Anyways, guys, it's been real. As I was saying, we're going to try to take this show. I've been trying my hardest to convince Milty to do this show every single day. I want to do a live show every single day. And Milty says that's too much. You guys don't like us enough for that. And so can't do it yet. I got to get him on board because I can't do the show alone all the time, right? I can't do it alone all the time. I just can't. But yeah, you're right. I've taken over. What do you guys want to talk about? He said, Jesse's saying, talk more about PantherSwap. Well, Melty'd get pissed off, so why not? Let's do it. Listen, PantherSwap is still going, guys. It's still going. Sorry, Milton. He's going to get upset with me. It is still going. I'll take a quick peek here. We'll see if Milty reconnects to us. It's got a market cap of 38 million, 166 TVL locked into it, guys. And so it's growing. It's coming back somehow. It's at $2.53. My rewards are growing in it. Again, not financial advice. We do have a referral link that you could kindly click if you are interested in learning more about Panther and you want to check it out. Click on the referral link. Milty will be happy that I said that. But yeah, this has been a full takeover, and we still have 108 people in here, which is absolutely fantastic. Guys, thank you so much, honestly. Oh, we lost 4. I guess having Marvin take over the show is not the best thing for the business here of the show itself. 109, we got people back. Now smash that like button and get me over to 100. If I can get to 100 likes without Milton even in the show, well, I'm a bloody genius. And then we'll just start the Marvin show. How about Late Night with Marv? How about that, guys? Let me know if Late Night with Marv works for you, because for me, I love it. Listen, Late Night with Marv, it fits so well into my ego. Yes, those likes are getting smashed every which way. Now, while we're waiting to see if Milt comes back, I just want to take Trust Swap is down a bit at 387. The market is still strong. We've got ETH still over 3,500. Binance, BNB 637. Things are still going strong. Dogecoin, it is down on the 24th. It's the first down day that it's had in a while. Down 10%. First time in a while. Hey, so as we've said, I'm not in it right now. Now, Polkadot is holding strong at 42 and continuing to go up. UniSwap's been down ever since their version 3 launch that we talked about earlier in the show. If you're just joining us, please do us a favor, rewind the channel, and you can watch the entire live show all by yourself, and our smooth little voices will keep you company and provide you with some amazing information. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. What's going on, guys? Anything left that you want to talk about? I don't see any more super chats. PantherSwap is beasting. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we told you about it here on this show. Any thoughts on front? Any thoughts on front? I don't know it. I'll take a quick look just for you. Just for you, Ryan, because you're a nice guy. Oh, I do know it. Yes, I do. It's got a $91 million market cap, 34 million in volume. I do know it. Frontier.xyz, a chain agnostic DeFi aggregator layer. Yeah, I was looking into this a couple weeks ago, and it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. I thought I added it. Oh, it must have been on. I added it to my favorites, probably on Coin Live Coin Watch. It looks pretty good. Let me just see the chart here real quick. Yeah, it's had some ups and downs. It looks like it's had some ups and downs. Had a last little pump. It's up and down from $2 to $3. What was its all-time? 671, and that was only back in March. And so, yeah, I mean, it looks like, if the alts continue to move, then this has a lot of room. This has a lot of room to grow. Wow, I've got a super chat. Milton's not even here, and I'm getting my own super chats. Jesse, thank you. Listen, guys, Milton's not here. I've taken over the show. I've 100% taken over. You know what? I've taken over the whole bloody channel. Who needs Milty when Marvin's in the house, right? Yeah, I don't know about that, but I miss you, Milty. Where the hell did you go? Thoughts on UMB? Yeah, Umbrella Network. June mainnet launch. Check coin market. Yeah, okay, let's take a look. Thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. We love you. Umbrella Network. Umbrella Network. Yes, sir. 36 million cap. I like that size. It's got 1.5 million volume. Volume's still a little bit small. It's a little bit low. Fully diluted is at 380 million, though. So not that much supply out there. Oops, what happened there? What happened there? We've got, I don't know why is it so small of a supply, Jesse? I'm not sure. Maybe you can help me answer that. But there's definitely a lot of supply still waiting to come out. But let's see the charts on it. Just a quick peek. It had an all-time high at 262, and we're at 76 cents right now. It's been a downhill slide ever since it came out the gate back in, January, February, early February. But it is an interesting project. It's actually a project that I was looking at a few times. They've got a lot of partnerships and investors, which is great. I see Bridge, Moonwhale, Balance. I saw Yop. ChainSwap is there. Yeah, that's pretty good. We provide access to data previously unavailable to blockchain developers. That's right. Yeah, I do remember this, for a far lower cost than any other Oracle in the industry. Over 1,000 data pairs. It's an interesting project. I'll take a deeper look into it when we're offline here, Jesse. But right now, I would say that it's in a good zone. It seems to be hit its bottom and going sideways. So that's cool. Looks pretty interesting. I'll have to take a deeper dive into it later with Milton. Later with my Milt. Anything else, guys? Milton is so good. Yeah, well, look, El Patron. I know, he's great. Milton's the best. I'm not going to lie. He's the best. But listen, I took over the channel. Milton's gone. Doesn't appear that he cares to even come back. So Marvin is taking things over. That's right. I'm in the driver's seat now, pal. All right? Milton's very, very good. Yes, I do. I like it. We miss Milty. I know, buddy. Listen, I miss him too, okay? But I got 121 of you on the bus. Only 92 likes. Come on, boys. Give me those likes. Smash those likes. We've got another super. I'm wondering, if I stay here all night and I just leave this thing open all night, how many supers we might actually get. Anthony H is back with a question. Shiba Dog clapping his hands. Oh, boy. Listen, guys, I don't know. Wondering your thoughts on PDEX. Well, listen, I've talked about PDEX a few times. You guys know that. PDEX is interesting. I've got my bag of PDEX already. I bought a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. It's currently at $17.95. It's down a bit on the last 24. Its all-time high hit 37, and I think it came back down, and then it's popped back up. Yeah, it came back down dramatically. It was consolidating. Came back up to 23.37, and it's been up over 20, but now it seems to be selling off a bit. I'm bullish on it. Like I've said to everybody, if they can continue and actually release when their mainnet comes, when they release their product, I'm very bullish on it. Milty and I have a bet. I think that PDEX has a chance of doing better performance-wise on its token than a PokerSwap. So I'm not sure. It's possible. But now that I have a bet on it, another super chat. You guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. Coin Bixie. Yeah, well, yeah. Listen, yes, you're awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I got another super chat. You guys, I'm just going to give you the damn horn, but that horn's going to get annoying, okay? That horn's going to get annoying. Thoughts on Charlie 3, Oracle on ADA? I don't know it, so let's take a quick peek. Just for you, it's Zatov. Just for you, it's Charlie 3. I'm going to guess that Milty took off and he was sick and tired of the show. More likely is he had some technical difficulties and just decided not to come back on because we have been on air for an hour and 30 minutes now. Charlie 3 C3, it's at $1.48. It's up 64% on the day. Wow, that's pretty high. This is fresh, eh? 7 days. We've only got a 7-day chart on it. It looks like it came out end of April, $1.28. Its all-time high was $1.62. So it dipped. It was pumped significantly here. Interesting. I don't know anything about this project. I don't know anything. First decentralized Oracle being built on Cardano. This allows Charlie 3 to have all the benefits of existing successful Oracle protocols. It's got a market cap not showing. It's got 5 million in volume. Listen, I mean, Cardano's got a lot about to happen, obviously, with their smart contracts. Lots of projects coming down. Say hi to Charlie 3, Cardano's decentralized Oracle. I'm not suggesting you go buy it. I don't know enough about it. If it is, in fact, the first Oracle for ADA, that could be interesting. As you guys know, we're extremely bullish on Polkadot and Kylin. And so I'll take a peek. I mean, I'm taking a look at more Cardano projects as they come through. So we'll take a look as we get in there. But listen, guys, I had a lot of fun taking over. I had a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the Marvin show, the Marvin Late show, because I guess old man Milton went to bed, smash that like button. I'm at 95 likes, boys and girls. Please, should I just sit here, music on, until those likes get over 100? Because I'd really, really appreciate it, honestly. I don't know why. It makes me feel so good. It makes me feel better about myself when those likes come out. But yeah, in all honesty, guys, you guys have been amazing. As always, we love you. We love you. We love you. 97 likes. Thank you so much for all of those that had super chats today. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate it. As always, 99 likes. I guess you're telling me, Marv, turn the music off. Turn the music off and go to bed, my friends. 99 likes. But Marvin 81. Oh, thanks, Anthony. He says I'm the best. Sing us a song. Listen, I'm not a really good singer, my friend. I'm not a really good singer. Anyways, we got 100 likes. I love you guys. You're amazing. That was a lot of fun taking over the channel. Kicking Milty out. Maybe I kicked him out by accident. Did I kick him out? I don't know if I kicked him out. He'll be upset if I did. I love you guys. Thank you. As always, we'll be back real soon. CryptoWise Live. If you don't already, please subscribe to the channel. Smash those likes. Click on that bell. Join us on Telegram, CryptoWise Official. Join us on Twitter. This is me, Marvin. Robin? You guys don't know my name, do you? It's Marvin. Come on. Anyways, it's me, Marv, and I'm over and out. Thank you, guys.